I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave him leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
how you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop, bitch, you get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's lock up. I know you know Ron.
who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, make sure that you keep your mouth shut. Ron got a Lexus, crib in Philly and Texas. Trips to the Bahamas, just got a whip for his mama. He fucking up them commas, be honest, he seem decent though.
I hear you, but I just seen Ron about a week ago. In fact, he ain't looking too good. His knees is kind of slow. I asked him why the struggle. He got stuck up for his bundle, but them 6 hollow tips in his legs what made him crumble.
He got a house and mama is living good.
Said the feds took it all. He right back in the hood. I see you try to play me. You gave us crack in the 80s. Made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando Alton, Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said, I pray you die, every devil.
All right, shalom, man, bro. What's going on, man? I'm gonna switch this camera real quick. Okay, think we're on the wrong camera, man. But a lot of tuning in. I.S.U.P.K. Lashawan, Qadash. Okay, you switch it down. Here we go. Clap it up. Now, I ain't had to dive into the devil with a great song from Qadash. On the screen yet because I got to play this for you. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. Let me get around to the mic. All right, let me bring the mic over. I think the mic was a little far. Listen, I got something special for y'all right here. Y'all notice I titled the class Introduction, right? Introduction to the Hebrew. So lock it for me moving this around. But I have something special for y'all. Now, I played this before. I'll play it again. Remember that song, I Ain't Had to Die to Meet the Devil. Remember, you ain't got to be unalive to meet the oppressor, all right? Let me play it. Here we go. Y'all watch this. Brief history. Hold on. I just want to say this. Jewish history moment. All right.
This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish history moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
I'm going to play this again for y'all. I want y'all to really, really understand what y'all just saw. I'm going to play it again. Need y'all to understand.
This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish history moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio. This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish history moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to really get this TikTok. Y'all pay attention. Somebody asked them to do that. TikTok, I want y'all to get this too. TikTok is that Jewish history. Jewish, meaning something like what's so-called something like Israelite. Something like it. Can you turn that heat off for me, Bo? Sure. but not the actual real thing. Not an actual Jew, just something like a Jew. It's Jewish. Like your shirt can be reddish. Right? Play it again. I want y'all to really, really pay attention to what they said. They said Latino. They spoke Latin, right? They spoke Russian, of course, they're German. They spoke Russian. And they spoke Yiddish before the modern Hebrew language that they put together today. They had Yiddish already. Live here. So I'm gonna play it again. All right, play it again.
This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
Bear with us, TikTok. I'm gonna play it again. Listen. Make sure y'all get every word. Make sure y'all hear every word, because I got one more video coming.
This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
All right, y'all, I got to come around to the screen. I'm gonna play it one more time. Then I'm gonna come around to the screen, and I'm gonna play it one more time. And we're gonna get these unrighteous men in their lives. We're gonna break down everything. All right, so TikTok, I'm gonna spin y'all back around over here. For a brief hot second. Shout out to everybody online. Okay, coming around, y'all. Listen, let's clap it up. All right, let's clap it up. Big shout out to everybody online. Okay, TikTok. I think y'all good right here, because I'm gonna spin y'all camera back around. Everybody else, I'll try to move y'all forward. Y'all know I like to mess with the camera a little bit. Salaki, y'all always do this. All right, but I'll try to get y'all as close up to the as possible. Okay. Close up to the board as possible. So TikTok, I know y'all see me messing with everything, trying to get everything right. I bet. Okay, I don't know what just happened. I think I did something wrong. But listen, I'm gonna back y'all just a little bit. Oh, all right, there we go. My bad, y'all. Now listen, I hope they ain't take away from the moment. We got these characters, these unrighteous men, caught dead in their tracks. You know why? Notice what it said. It said they spoke Russian, these Jewish, right? Small hands. Spoke Russian, spoke Yiddish. Wait a minute, I thought he spoke Yiddish. I thought Hebrew was Yiddish. I thought Yiddish was Hebrew. They said they spoke Yiddish before they came and revamped the Hebrew language, quote unquote. I got another video. I got a second video coming. They spoke Latin, which is Japheth language. Of course, they spoke English. They spoke Russian, because they are Russian and German. They're Russians. I mean, oh, what else did they say? 1910, the Zionist movement. They didn't say Jews returned. They said the Zionist movement came back. Come on. Hold on, y'all. See, here's the problem, man. Here's the problem. Problem is this, man. We have imposters that are pretending to be God's people. So, like, I'm putting the title on this other TikTok page. Okay. Hold on, let me put this in real quick. Let's go live. Now, we have some imposters, man. We got some people playing Jew. We got some characters, some unrighteous men playing Jew in front of the world. Playing Jew. Shalom, TikTok. All right, sit y'all right here too. So we got some unrighteous men playing Jew in the earth. Playing, pretending to be the men and women of God. Now, to the new TikTok page, y'all didn't see this, what we're about to play again. This is Jewish, meaning my shirt is blackish, looks black, it's a little bit light, it's black, you know. How can I give you another term? It's like saying that's perfect. It's like saying my shirt is blackish. Okay. That's greenish. This is yellowish. It looks like it. It seems like it, but it's not actually that color. And my shirt is black. That's why I tried to switch it. But what I want to say is this: that history, that now we didn't even get to the other part about the Hebrew, about the modern. That was a brief moment in Jewish history, in small hat history, and the people that are like the Jews is ish. Something like trying to be, wish they could be, pretending to be, want to be, fake, fraudulent people that want to be like Jews, right? Who are the real Jews? Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. We are the real Jews, all right? Now, with that being said, they spoke Yiddish already, which means Hebrew and Yiddish, two different things. I'll show you what I mean. They spoke Russian because they are Russian and Germans. They spoke Latin because they the Japhetic language. It's like all the rest of them, Greek, English, Spanish. They just didn't speak Hebrew. And it said in 1910, the Zionist movement, not Jews, Zionist movement. All right? With Eleazar Ben Yehuda and all of them. In 1948, they went and claimed our homeland, black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian man, claimed our homeland as their own while we were stuck in America, in the Americas, serving out a term of slavery. These unrighteous men have stolen our culture. Now, I'm going to play the video again. I want y'all to get it. I want y'all to really sink y'all teeth into this, all right? Can you get it back for me? Let me spin TikTok back around to the TV. Hold on, let me set that up. Boom. Hold on, I think I did. Oh, there we go. TikTok, I hope I got y'all right. All right, I'm gonna bring this.
This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke. This is a moment in Jewish history. Until the mid-19th century, most Jews in the land of Israel spoke Yiddish, Ladino, Russian, or other languages. When the Zionist movement began to return to the Jewish homeland, they began to revive the ancient Hebrew language. The initiator of this revival of modern Hebrew was Eliezer ben Yehuda. He started the Hebrew Language Academy, which published the first modern Hebrew dictionary in 1910. He and his colleagues created words for modern everyday things not found in ancient Hebrew. Today, Jewish people all over the world write and speak the language, and countless books of all kinds have been published in Hebrew, including Nobel Prize-winning literature by S.Y. Agnon. Major streets have been named after Ben Yehuda in cities throughout the country. This Jewish History Moment was brought to you by Israel National Radio.
We in the Israelite school UPK, man. Doing this class. Wow. Spinning the camera back around to me. Now look, second video. This second video is going to pair up with the first video and prove my point. All right, Dr. Rob, if you can pull up the second video, pull up modern Hebrew. Matter of fact, if you go to the Abba Bivens email, it should be one of the second video or first video. It should say modern Hebrew, something like that. You'll see it because we just played that one. No, not that. Let me go back. Yeah, you'll see the other video. There you go. We're about to play here for y'all right now. TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. I need y'all to understand something. There are some people that have stolen our language, that don't want you to know who you are. See, the problem with TikTok is this. They tell you about Moorish this, more of that. More of this, more of that. Your 9 Ether this, your 9 Ether that. By the way, you didn't get 3 days of darkness. There was no flood. You didn't get magical powers. Stop believing these dum-dums on TikTok. Anyway, back to the point. With that being said, the real problem is they don't want you to know that you're an Israelite, that you're a real Jew, that you are the Jew, and that the unrighteous men that we just saw, those small hats, they are not. They're wannabes. They're pretenders. During the Ottoman Turk Empire, that war they had between the Christians and the Muslims, they chose to convert to Black and Hispanic culture, to our way of life, so they can continue to trade with Muslims and continue to trade with Christians. That's why they chose to convert to being what you call today a Jew, to being an Israelite. It's just they went and did not actually convert. They made their own thing called Judaism, which is now known as being a Jew. Has nothing to do with Israelite culture at all. That is what Russians, Germans, unrighteous men from the steppes of Georgia, Russia, who already spoke Yiddish, who stole the culture of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native, or attempted to. Steal the culture from Blacks, Hispanics, and so-called Native American Indians, and created what's known as Judaism, so they can continue to trade with Muslims and continue to trade with Christians during the Ottoman Turk Empire, that war that was going on between Christians and Muslims. Now, the Bible tells you when the Hispanic tribes came over here, Black people and Hispanics came over here to America. So all that you indigenous to America, that's true in a sense, but not really, because we're from Israel. We just came over here and inhabited the land first. They're not Mongoloid, all that crazy dumb stuff. They're our brothers, literally the same race as us. That's why some Hispanics got nappy hair, and that's why some Black people have wavy hair. That's simple. Now, with that being said, let's play the second video. Now that was small hat unrighteous men history. Okay, the history of them taking our language. Now I want you to get this second video, because this second video is going to put the icing on the cake to how the Yiddish language and the changes they made have nothing to do with actual Hebrew. I'm going to play the video on that. Remember, the pronunciation and the changes that the Zionist movement, Eleazar Ben Yehuda, what they made to make the Hebrew language sound, have the same sounds as the Yiddish language, which it never did, but that's what they did. When they stole our language, they made it to sound like it was Yiddish. The pronunciation of the words, that has nothing to do with actual real Hebrew, the real Hebrew language. Let's play the video. Let me bring the cameras around. Let me spin TikTok around.
Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most. Hi, everybody. Yana here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common Hebrew questions. The question for this lesson is, just what is the difference between biblical and modern Hebrew?
Yeah. The problem with it is this. I may have to sit this here, but try to swing it around a little bit. Try to get everything pretty good. All right, so here's the problem. Let me grab the mic. People can identify that we're speaking Hebrew. They just think that we're speaking the wrong Hebrew. Why? Because when you learn fake, not real Hebrew, you can't easily read the Bible. Why? Because it's changed to something else, but it's still derived from Hebrew. So they can tell we're speaking Hebrew, but they think we're speaking the wrong form of Hebrew. Is what people try to tell us. The problem that we have with them is that we are telling them you are not speaking Hebrew at all. And they have a hard time dealing with it because they believe that they are speaking Hebrew because they are speaking it through the change. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get it right for y'all on YouTube. They're speaking it through the change, through the difference, and what they what these unrighteous men did. But we are telling them that you are not speaking Hebrew at all because these unrighteous men changed the Hebrew. And that's what I'm trying to make clear, which I hope I did. I hope I made it clear that Hebrew and Yiddish are not the same language, even though they came from the oppressor using Hebrew using Yiddish to make it match or pair with Hebrew. That's a better way to say it. Now, with that being said, I'm going to learn real biblical Hebrew. All right. I don't know if I should I don't know if I should give y'all the words first, but I got some words for y'all that y'all can just copy down. I think I may do that. I think I may just let you copy the words or screenshot them for yourself. I'll try to bring the cameras close to the TV so y'all can see it. Okay, because I have the Hebrew words. Oh, before I do that, this is what I wanted to do. Give me this. I'm bringing around to you is the 1611 King James Bible. King James was a black man. So let me put it up to the screen for YouTube. 1611 King James Bible. All right, TikTok over here. 1611 King James Bible. King James was an Israelite. 1611 King James Bible. It's lucky all my screen froze. King James was an Israelite. King James hired 54 men. 54 men, learned scholars in the Hebrew to translate it to English. King James did not write the Bible. He did not author the Bible. He did not translate the Bible at all himself. He hired 54 men to translate the Bible. I'm going to read it, okay? What am I looking for? Let me see. Let me see what I'm looking for here. Okay. This is what I want to start with. All right. So now, this is what I want to start with here. I'm going to read to you. I know nobody has ever done this before, especially not the past. Has ever gave you the specific names and specific books of the men that translated the Bible. I'm looking for something specific where it tells you how many men translated the Bible. Okay. I'm trying to find it right here. Oh, okay. Sir, all right. All right, can you read this for me right here? I have it, y'all. I have it. I'm ready. Can I have a brother come up and read this? Father Dr. Rada. Okay. Just start reading from Mr. Lively, and then you can stop at the number. All right. Just start right here, and you can read down. Number. Yeah, you'll see this. First, can you read this small print right here?
I don't want
The King James of 1611 Bible. You got it.
God, this is the Holy Bible, 1611 edition, King James Version, page 34. His Majesty being made acquainted with the choice of all them to be employed in the translating of the Bible.
Did King James write the Bible himself? What did he do?
It's like you.
The employed, go back to that.
Okay, that's like His Majesty being made acquainted with the choice of all them to be employed.
Wait, being made acquainted. We can step over this 1 second. All right, both screens can get it. You gotta do it just a little. Oh, there we go. This for this TikTok right. Oh, damn. Step in a little bit. All right, yeah, we good. All right, so now he got acquainted with the men he employed.
Right.
His Majesty, King James, is the actual king. Right. King James ruled 5 countries. Let me tell y'all, Black and Hispanic men, Native American men, this. We always talk about the Black guys. We ruled America. Listen, if you ruled America, you would have ruled Canada, North America, Mexico, and South America all at the same time. You would have ruled all of it. Right. That's exactly what King James did. He ruled England, Ireland, Scots, and Wales. All right. If you don't believe me, hold on. Hold on. Can you hold this page for me? Lock it. The water. Hold on. I got to show it. I want to jam this up. It's the first book of Moses. Wham. Where is it? All right, hold up. I think it's over here. Oh, it's right here. Can you read this for me? Just that part right there.
The bold letters.
Yep, bold letters.
Okay.
Through 5 countries. Go ahead.
To the Most High and Mighty.
He said, to the Most High. You know, Israelites call God the Most High. Keep going.
Prince James, by the grace of God, King of Great Britain, France, and Ireland. Who? Defenders of the faith.
Who called it Great Britain? You'd have ruled Canada, South America, Mexico, North America, and then called it the Great Americas if he was the president. Like, if he was the president, Hispanic man, Native American Indian man, this would be the Great Americas. And you would rule from Canada down to the bottom of South America. Read it again.
To the Most High and Mighty, Prince James, by the grace of God, King of Great Britain,
France,
Black man,
Great Britain. Go ahead, France
and Ireland.
Scots and Wales is part of that too. 5 different countries. Keep going.
Defender of the faith.
Go ahead.
The translators of the Bible.
It says, and the translators. It has the and symbol. The okay, wait, no, that's good. Because it has the and symbol in Old Quaker English. And we speak regularly. It says, and the translators of the Bible. Read it again. It's right. This is the last part. You ain't got to read the whole thing.
Defender of the faith and the translators of the Bible.
Thank you. Now let's go back to who he got acquainted with. If you could read this here and then start back over there.
Now, so now that's saying it's like, so they call him the defender of the faith. They saying they made a distinction of, well, you're the defender of the faith, and then we have the translators. Who did research like?
And people just need to stop hating on Blacks and Hispanic men. We get Black and Hispanic women so much praise. Black and Hispanic men we love our women to the point where you will be a simp damn near to a woman. Brothers in the world, of course, but not Israelite men, but brothers in the world, because we love our sisters that much. But the world hates on us. The world hates Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian men.
Right.
The whole entire place. Can we just get a little bit of love? Get a little bit of love. King James, the Black man, through 5 countries, hired men to translate the Bible. He employed men that he had to get acquainted with.
Right.
He paid them. He got to get acquainted with them. Because they're going to be translating the Bible. They're going to be fulfilling his order, completing his order. Right. Keep going.
Qadash. This is page 34. His Majesty being made acquainted, with the choice of all them to be employed in the translating of the Bible.
All right, you can go over here.
Page 35.
Page 35.
So Mr. Lively here name was the professor of Hebrew at Cambridge.
This was the head of the 54 men. Go ahead, Mr. Lively. I think it's 2 Mr. Lively's. You're gonna find out once we read everybody that translated the Bible. Go ahead.
And must have specifically attracted the notice of the king.
So he had to attract the notice of the king with his skills in the Hebrew language. They say he must have, because why did he get picked to be the head over the translator? Go ahead.
By whom he was presented to the rectory of Hurley, Essex, in September 1604.
Wait a minute. When did they start the translating of the Bible?
September 1604.
When did the Bible come out? Wait, they started translating the Bible. I believe it was done 1608 and it was published 1611. 1604 is when the whole thing started. Weren't we enslaved in 1604? Oh wait, no, because when did the first we were, because they with the Hispanic, our Hispanic tribes were. But I'm trying to make a point because I gotta be politically correct. Because Hispanics are Israelites. Native Americans are Israelites. So we were in slavery over here because Columbus was doing this whole unalive. But I'm trying to make the point that when did the first quote unquote Black slaves get to the Americas? 1619. This was published 8 years before you went into slavery. This is the 1611 King James Bible. KJV by a Black man was published before slavery. Why did they even teach us that the Bible came from a Black man? Because it's before slavery. It's not the shut up, get the dogs on them, spray them with the water, get on the ground, Negro. Pick the cotton. It's before that. It's royalty time. They tell you that. It's before slavery. This 1611 the Bible was published. I'm about to tell you about King James and the 54 men that translated the Bible and how he ruled multiple countries as a Black king at one time. So you can do what? Come to work late? The oppressor is the devil. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Hold on, let me fix this over here for TikTok. All right? TikTok, they was hating on y'all. They was hating. And like I said, this came out before slavery. That's why you ain't learning about it. Come on, it's 2024 now. You gotta hear about this on TikTok from somebody with no college degree. But I know this right here. I'm trying to tell you. Come on, man, keep reading.
Okay.
Let me spit a scripture to y'all so y'all know. The Bible says that it was hid from the wise and the prudent and given unto babes. We like a baby to a theologian. Going to theologians who we're nobodies, but we know more than him. This was kept from them and given to us. Now we teaching you because they won't do it. They love cocaine and women and money. Children too. We know what they do with kids. Right. Keep reading.
His death the following May was a great blow to the work. The taken by James is further shown by a circular sent out by Bancroft to the other bishops on July 31st, enclosing a letter of the 2nd from the king. So it's like
Go ahead.
the 22nd from the king.
Go ahead.
Stating that he had appointed certain learned men to the number of 4 and 50.
4 and 50 is old quick English. So when you read the Bible, it says 5 and 60 years. 5, 60, and 900. 960 and 5 years. 905 and 60 years. 504 and 20 years, score years. Old Quaker English. How many men was it?
4 and 50.
54 men translated the Bible. Go ahead.
For the translating of the Bible.
For the what?
Translating of the Bible.
I thought the Bible was tampered with. I thought the Bible was the oppressor's book. It's before slavery. That's why you think it's the oppressor's book.
Right.
Who made that up? Who made up that the Bible was the white man's book? He's swifter than you thought he was, wasn't he? Who made that up? Huh? Who said this belonged to? Wait a minute. I thought Jesus was dark skinned. How everybody think he's white?
Right.
That don't make sense. How Jesus in the Bible is black, but this is the white man's book, but then the world thinks Jesus is white. I wonder who said it was the white man's book. I wonder who made that up. I would say it's him. No, it's my book. If I stole your house, I say, no, it's not. If I stole your car, no, it's my car, officer. Can you step back? I'm going to step out the car for you. Scared? I wonder who said it was his book. Keep reading, I'm sorry. Keep reading, I'm going to be quiet. Go ahead.
Enclosing a letter of the 22nd from the king, stating that he had appointed certain learned men to the number of 4 and 50 for the translating of the Bible. And that in this number, of them have either no ecclesiastical preferment or else so very small. As
meaning the work that they must have done, if it was more than these, was very, very little. Meaning not enough to even be accounted for. 54 learned. Now let's go to the books that they translate. If I could, very next page. Is it? You know these old Bible pages, they get stuck sometimes. So you can start right here. We're going to read down who actually translated the Bible. Let's give these brothers a hand first. Let's get in my hand. Go ahead. You can start right here. We in the Old Testament. Starting at the Old Testament, then it's going to go to the New Testament. It's going to tell you who translated it and what they translated. All right? You got it.
This page 36, the biblical
Graphical.
Biblical graphical introduction. And orders set down from the translating of the Bible by King James.
The orders set down. Orders flow down there. You know that. You get it. From the king to the men who translated the Bible. King James wrote the Bible. The Bible tampered with. That's the white man's book. Did you ever open it?
Right.
Or just have you been to jail and told miscellaneous diverse stories about your life and your childhood and how much cocaine you sold before you converted to Islam, so nobody took your booty and your food at the same time? I'm late, man. Keep going, man. So now look, I've been saying it because our brothers in Islam, we got to come back to our culture. Right. There's a lot of hardcore brothers in that. I mean, that really believe in that, but they just don't know that they're Israelites. Go ahead.
The places and persons agreed upon for the Hebrew with the particular books by them undertaken. Westminster, Mr. Dean of Westminster, Mr. Dean of Paul's, Mr. Dean, Mr. Dr. Saravia,
Samaria, go ahead.
Samaria, Mr. Dr. Clark, Mr. Dr. Leafield, Mr. Dr. Todd, Mr. Burlock,
Mr. Burlaw, whatever.
Yeah, Burlock. Okay, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Burlock.
No, that wasn't H.
Sometime.
So I might be pronouncing it wrong. Go ahead.
Mr. King, Mr. Thompson, Beadwell. This is the Pentateuch.
Oh, this is the Pentateuch.
Yeah, right. Pentateuch. The story from Joseph. Yeah,
So this
Joseph
is what they translated, these men. They translated the Pentateuch from what?
The story from Joshua to the first book of Chronicles
Exclusively from Joshua to the first book of Chronicles, known as the Pentateuch. That's what it was known as. That's the Bible story. So they did that exclusively. That's all they translated. Because his brothers, is more than one brother from this is from Westminster. And I think you got Cambridge like twice, and then you got Oxford. And then you got, for the New Testament, brothers from Westminster, brothers from Cambridge, brothers from Oxford. I believe that translated the New Testament. But keep going. So that's what they did exclusively. I don't think they helped with anything else. Go ahead.
Cambridge, Mr. Lively, Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Lively, which is another Mr. Lively. I think it's the second Mr. Lively. I'm not sure. I think the first one was for Oxford. And if he wasn't from Oxford, then he was from Cambridge. The main one that attracted the interest of King James, I believe he was from Oxford. If not, he was from Cambridge. Keep going. That could be him. But there's another Mr. Lively too. Keep going.
Mr. Richardson, Mr. Chatterton, Mr. Dillingham, Mr. Harrison, Mr. Andrews, Mr. Spalding, Mr. Binge, from the first of the Chronicles with the rest of the story and the hagiography.
Hagiography, go ahead.
Hagiography, viz. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Chronicles, and Ecclesiastes.
That's what they translated. Keep going. I believe the hagiography is like the notes at the bottom, the different things like that. No, you don't got to read this. You can just go over to here.
Page 37. Is it that word?
No, the first let them know where these brothers came from. These is from Oxford.
Oh, Oxford is Oxford.
Go ahead.
Oxford. Dr. Harding.
Dr. Harding, go ahead.
Dr. Harding, Dr. Reynolds, Dr. Howard, Dr. Kilby, Dr. Smith, Mr. Smith, Mr. Brett, Mr. Fairclough. The 4 or greater prophets with the Lamentations.
The 4 and greater prophets with the Lamentations. Remember, Zephaniah. Not Zephaniah. Jeremiah, Daniel, Ezekiel, and I think Isaiah. Got big books. Paul's almost the way that it might have sounded. But I believe Ezekiel, Daniel, Isaiah, and there's one more. Might be what's the other one that I said? Jeremiah. I think Jeremiah. Well, so whoever the ones that got like those big, ones with the most books, what they call the 4 greater prophets, right? Because those are the books you have, right? Go ahead.
And the 12 lesser prophets.
People like Habakkuk, Nahum, Zephaniah, Zechariah. Who else? Amos. Right. You get what I'm saying? You got it. Lock.
Cambridge, Dr. Duport.
So what did they translate the brothers we just read about?
The 4 or greater prophets with the Lamentations.
With Lamentations, with same, which came from King Solomon. Lamentations. Go ahead.
And the 12 lesser prophets.
And the 12 lesser prophets. Go ahead.
Cambridge, Dr. Duport. Dr. Bradley, Dr. Radcliffe, Mr. Ward, Eman.
So it's 2 Mr. Wards. Mr. Eman Ward, and then go ahead.
Mr. Downs, Mr. Boyce, Mr. Ward Reddick.
which I believe is like Reginald, short for Reginald Ward, because he really wasn't given first names. But since these brothers was two of the same, had the same last name, you had Eamon Ward, and then you had Reginald Ward. So the Eamon could be Emmanuel or whatever, and then the REG could have been Reginald or Reggie or whatever. Ward. All right, keep going.
Okay. The prayer of Manasseh.
They translated the prayer of Manasseh. How do you know that the Apocrypha is written in Hebrew? Prayer of Manasseh. Go ahead.
And the rest of the Apocrypha.
And the rest of the Apocrypha. I thought that was a separate book. Hold on. Hold on. Time to do some fact checking here. Can I get a Bible? Can I get a Bible real quick? Because I thought in today's time, can you hand me a Bible? I thought in today's time, you had to buy the King James Bible right here. The King James Bible. Oh, damn, it's locking. This phone is going crazy. And then you had to buy the Apocrypha. That's what I thought. You had to buy the Bible and the Apocrypha separate. Well, the King James Bible originally had the Apocrypha in it. Right. Can we show it? If I may. If I can hold this real quick, I'm going to hold the page for you. Where we at? Jeremiah. It even says Apocrypha at the top. Right. It says Apocrypha on the page. Right. Hold on, where we going? We had the book of Habakkuk. Uh-oh. What does this say in here? It says Apocrypha. It's in the 1611 King James Bible. It says the Apocrypha. It says it right here. Right after the book of Malachi. At the top, it says Malachi. It says Malachi right at the top. The next page begins the Apocrypha. I know y'all probably can't see it like that on TikTok, but I just wanted to prove it. Now let's go into the New Testament. Keep going.
Okay. Page 38.
Uh-huh.
Bibliographical introduction.
Uh-huh.
The places and persons agreed upon for the Greek with the particular books by them undertaken.
If you can step back real quick. I'm going to step over a little bit.
Oxford, Mr. Dean Christchurch.
So from Oxford, it was Mr. Dean of Christchurch. Go ahead. For the new one. Huh?
No.
Oh, yeah, of Christchurch. For the New Testament. We can step just a little bit more. No, that maybe perfect. Right, we use that. All right, go ahead.
Mr. Dean of Winchester.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Dean of Worcester.
You got Mr. Dean of Winchester and Mr. Dean of Worcester. Go ahead.
Worcester. Mr. Dean of Windsor.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Seville.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Pernay.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Ravens. Mr. Harmir. Well, was minister. Dean of Chester.
So wait. Hold on.
Let's
know what the brothers translate.
The four Gospels, Acts of the Epistles.
Four Gospels and Acts of the Apostles. Go ahead.
And
of the Epistles. My bad. Go ahead. And the Apocalypse, Revelation. So they did the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. With the Epistles, I'm not sure if that was from Paul or not. Oh yeah, because somebody else did the Epistles. And so the Acts, so they did Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and they did Acts, and then they did Revelations. That's what they translated. Go ahead.
Westminster, Dean of Chester, Dr. Hutchison, Dr. Spencer, Mr. Benton, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Sanderson, Mr. Dawkins, the Epistles of St. Paul, the canonical epistles.
The canonical epistles. Go ahead. So they did what Paul translated. Go ahead. All right, so that's the New Testament. Because you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You got Acts, and you got Revelations. Then you got the epistles of Paul, Philippians, Thessalonians, all those. Okay? And those brothers translated the Bible. Now, here's for the people that say the Bible was tampered with. When they try to say the Bible was tampered with, they're trying to discredit the Bible. Here's the thing that was tampered with. If you don't understand it. It was agreed upon that the Apocrypha would be sold separate. That's it. And of course, to be able to teach Christianity. That was it. The words were not tampered. They were just allowed to teach Christianity. That's how we got the Bible. Because you do remember, and if you don't know, then you should learn this. You didn't know that? They made it illegal to be a Jew.
Right.
And give me that scripture if I could. Then I'm going to read the rules to translate it. Can I get a time check? King James gave them specific rules when it came to translating the Bible that they had to stick to. Now, with that being said, back to the point, because we're going to get that part next. It was illegal to be a Jew. And if you don't know, the Council of Nicaea, that's to stop unaliveness. Because if you don't know this, then you should learn. And we were unalived. We had to hide out. Go ahead, time check.
Time check is 8:37.
We still good. Go ahead.
You're inside the Book of Maccabees?
Yeah, it's in the Apocrypha. And this is why they decided to sell the Apocrypha separate, because the books that are in the Apocrypha is a lot of history on us going to war with the Romans, going to war with the Greeks, and our different high holy days, and the fact that God has a chosen people, and it's Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians only, and that the Lord only loves Israelites. That's what it says throughout the New Testament, Old Testament, including the Apocrypha. And there's a lot that there's a lot of the backdrop, as we say in the I.S.U.P.K, meaning the back part of the story, the background. All right, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of the small things that happen in our culture that is big in our culture, and that goes against American culture and the doctrine, especially the doctrine of Christianity. So a lot of those things is in the Apocrypha. And if you didn't know this, like I said before, you should learn it, that they unalived us. Remember, they unalived Jesus Christ. Unalived the disciples. You should Google how the disciples were unalived, how their energy was transferred, as they all like to say it on TikTok, right? As they passed on, as we like to say, which is true, as they reincarnate. All right? Right. You should read how they were unalived. You should Google it. It's not good. Right. Being an Israelite or being a follower of Jesus Christ is not a good thing. That's why they put him on the cross. Right. And for a long time, you were not allowed to say that you were an Israelite. Right. Even though Israelite is the name of our race. You're Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, your actual, your literal, your name, the name of your race is Israel. Yashar'Allah is the actual name. Yashar'Allah. In English, it's called an Israelite. The son of, right? Son of Israel. Son of Yashar'Allah, or daughter of Yashar'Allah. Name of our race is Yashar'Allah. Today, that's called an Israelite in English, or Israel. All right, you can come on back over here. You got the scripture that I was looking for about it being illegal to be a Jew. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath. So I can keep Sabbath days.
So we couldn't keep Sabbath. So I can step back over. We got a little bit. All right. It was illegal for us to keep the Sabbath. This is the Sabbath right now. Right. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Remember, Council of Nicaea, they changed that to Sunday. Right. That Sunday was the Sabbath. That's Sunday. All the days are named after gods that the Romans worship. You know, all the months, January, February, Janus, February. Just Google it. So the Council of Nicaea was about them taking out the Apocrypha, which had our history, a lot of the battles, wars we fought against the Romans and the Apocrypha and against the Greeks. And they were allowed to teach Christianity, which we did not teach. Christianity and the Bible are two different things. The Bible is the history, the biblical history and culture and prophecies of the Israelites. That's what the Bible is. The gathering of books, which has our history, our culture, and our prophecies, our documented history. Go ahead, like
the nationality of the Babylonians, they oppressors?
the nationality of Babylonians. No, Babylon, I believe it was ruled by an African named Nimrod.
Okay, so
And then the Assyrians, I believe, ruled Babylon, because it's like you had what you call it, which was so the capital of Babylon was like in Assyria. So the Assyrians today, that's where the capital of Babylon was, but it was ruled by African Nimrod. Nimrod would be so-called African today, right? But it was the Assyrians that was ruling it, and that were the Babylonians. And my phone died. Can we plug this over here? Plug it up. Oh damn, I got the plug right here. It's a lot. You can keep going. I'm looking for the plug. I have.
Or ancient feast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew,
Or to profess himself what?
and all to be a Jew.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You cannot say at all that you were an Israelite. You couldn't mention it at all. And you almost got away with it today. They try to get us out of here every chance they get. Ban this, cancel that. See what they did with Kanye West. See what they did with the basketball player. Cancel culture. It's called cancel culture. They try to get us out of here. You say you're an Israelite, you say you're a Jew, you say Jesus black. Yeah, you're gonna have to say contract decline. Contract void. Mr. Big Mouth. Contract void. It's crazy, man. You get canceled for saying you're a Jew. Read it again.
Wow. This book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days.
So you couldn't keep the Sabbath, couldn't keep Friday sundown and Saturday sundown, meaning you could not say you weren't going to work from Friday night to Saturday night. You couldn't say it. You couldn't say, this is my day off, because God gave me this day off. That's what the Sabbath is. Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. It's not made for us to worship Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. It's made so that you can't make me go to work. I'm done. It's my day off from God. Kiss my black ASS. I'm not coming in. And I get to keep my job. That's that. But of course, the oppressor changed it to Sunday. Now, everybody has off Sunday. Or you might have off Saturday and Sunday, depending on where you work at. Because they changed the Sabbath with the Council of Nicaea. Go ahead.
Or ancient feast.
Or our holy days. Passover. We just celebrated the Passover. We celebrated the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All our culture, all our holidays. Go ahead.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. To say you were an Israelite. To say you were a Jew. If you was black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, that was illegal. That was against the law. It said it made it unlawful. The water, brother. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the oppressor. Oh, damn, Slash, we ain't read the rules. Damn, I'm trying to give the brother off. Trying to give the brother off, but we still got a little bit of work to do. Just like Christ said, don't the priests work on the Sabbath, and they not defiled. They're not sinners for working on the Sabbath. But they're priests. Shouldn't they have off? They Israelites. But yet they got to do the work. That's how you know that Sabbath is made for man and not man for the Sabbath. Because if we had to worship the Sabbath, them priests would be sinners. Because they supposed to sit their behind down, ain't they? But yet they work. Because the Sabbath is made for you to have off. But as their job, as their duty to the Lord, they doing the work on the Sabbath to help us, to help their brother. Now let's get back to the 1611 King James Bible. Let's read the rules to translating the Bible. Remember, this is a real introduction to Hebrew, man. I showed you the videos earlier. We showed you the videos earlier where the oppressor, the unrighteous men, the small hats, where they went and changed. I mean, when we showed you their history of when they went and stole our culture. Then we played the next video. It tells you that they changed the language. The language is not the same. They're not speaking Hebrew. Now we're getting, then we went into who translated the Bible. King James, and who translated the Bible. Many paid to translate the Bible. It's like if you can put me back up on the screen.
Oh, it's like
it's all good. Then, and now we're going into those rules. The rules he gave them when they translated the Bible. And let's see if the Bible's tampered with. Let's just see. Keep go ahead. You got it. Let me know what page you on.
It's page 39. The rules to observe in the translation of the Bible.
So these are the rules they gotta keep. Go ahead.
Number
What
one.
they have to do, they have to observe. Go ahead.
Number one, the ordinary Bible read in the church, commonly called the bishop's Bible, to be followed and as little altered as the truth of the original with permanent.
Now, everybody say, yeah, see the Septuagint. What was that damn Moore cat say? He said that the way he says Septuagint, he said the Septuagint. Something like that, Septuagint. Our brothers, man, you know, we got to bear with them. I mean, I actually talked with that brother in person before in Philly, it was a while back. I mean, but anyway, it's like, I stuck myself with the same. Anything on this damn thing somewhere. But anyway, the point I was making is this. We so quick to go into something else just to get an inch over the Bible. And what we go into usually leads back to the Bible. The more they still believe the Israelites. Right. Even though they follow the Islam.
right.
What's the point of it? You need the Bible to stand on what you stand on. The Bible is not, you know, they're teaching philosophy and they're teaching I forgot what else he said. When it's supposed to be talking about energy and the life, and it's taking off the walls of Egypt, it's not taking off the walls of Egypt. Huh? Where is Jericho? Where is Gideon? Where is the story of the 300 in Egypt? Huh? Where is the story of Moses in the burning bush in Egypt? Where is the story of Nabal and Abigail? The walls of Egypt. Huh? What does that have to do with sunlight and non-ether being energy? We got to stop listening to people on TikTok and tripping sometimes, man. And then they need the Bible to uphold what they got. Let the 6 ether man whoop your non-ether ASS and make your non-ether ASS be at work on time for the 6 ether man, Neanderthal man that Yaakov made in the damn science lab. Stupid dummies. What type of story philosophy is that? You created something in the laboratory. Now he's whooping you behind, making you go work. Made you his damn slave, and you so non-ether with sun energy and free atmospheric energy. Damn dummies, man. And I understand every damn stupid thing you say. Like, we gotta stop the TikTok stupidness is going too far, man. Keep on reading. So now this is why I brought this out, because they like to talk about the other Bibles that was before the King James Bible. It's right there. The King James Bible just mentioned another Bible. And it's said to be followed as the truth of the original. I need you to stay with me. as the truth of the original will permit. You feel me? Which means what? Which means don't make a change. Ain't that the first rule? It says don't change it unless the truth of what it's actually saying makes you have to change it to what the truth is. That was the first rule. Keep going.
Good too.
Go ahead.
And we say this because they're not changing it because of the truth today. They're changing it because they don't like the sin.
Thank you. I believe they have a rainbow Bible. Literally have a rainbow Bible. Now, come on. You know how the Lord feels about the rainbow. And what y'all did and how y'all stole the original meaning of the rainbow. You need to stop. Go ahead.
It's largely if I made it too, they got there's a church in Roxborough full of rainbows on the outside. It's never crazy.
The White House, when they money say, in God we trust, with a giant rainbow on the White House. The Morals tell you, see, that was the account that trust was in. I believe it. I believe it is because they're that diabolical. Now, what does that have to do with the Bible? It doesn't. It means nothing. The Bible stands, and it doesn't need non-ether energy. It doesn't need the eclipse to give me magical powers that it didn't get. It doesn't need the eclipse to flood America, which didn't happen. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, that didn't happen. I forgot. We don't need the Bible to let us know that the eclipse is going to give us 3 days of darkness. Damn, that didn't happen either. I forgot that didn't happen either. These damn TikTok guru idiots. 3 days of darkness. Nothing happened. Flood America. Nothing happened. Magical powers. Nothing happened. But you are so non-ether and shouldn't wear clothes because it stops your energy. You're a dummy. You're on TikTok with no shirt on, yelling like a stupid idiot. Oh, I forgot. What did he say? Ken and Denny. Ken and Denny. Yeah, listen. All right. Like I said, I'm not looking. Ken and Denny. Not a damn news. This means I'm right. I'm not one, right? I'm saying Ken and Denny. Been here for millions of years, but yeah, that nigga said, that Negro said, horses used to have paws and he was bred over millions of years to be bigger. That they used to be small with paws. That all the animals are indigenous to America. He's a dumb. Because he went and learned that on the damn walls of the Anunnaki tablet that it was corn, which is called maize, and not a damn pine cone. That was the only thing he had right. We need to stop it, man. These are the rules to translating the Bible. We don't need the Bible. We don't need your culture to validate the Bible. You need the Bible to validate what you say. And it's not validating it. It's making you look like a fool with no magic power. With 6 ether being whooping your behind, making you something to work. With no flood standing on dry land right now, in a part of America that's supposed to be flooded, enjoying the sunlight, never had 3 days of darkness. Finding out in the Apocrypha in the Bible when the Hispanics and Black people came over here and conquered the America. But then after conquered, there was nobody here. And that's why you can say he was here and wasn't brought in slavery. Because some of us were here. And then the others were brought in slavery. The Bible says. We don't need your culture to validate us. We need ours to validate you, and you're wrong. Let's read the rules to translate the Bible. Can I get a time check?
8:55, sir.
Ooh, all right. Be quiet. Read them all down.
Number 2.
Use your 90-foot energy. Good.
Oh, God. Number 2. The names of the prophets and the holy writers, with the other names of the text, to be retained as 9 as may be.
That's another reason said to be retained, to be kept, as close as it may be. Go ahead.
Accordingly, as they were vulgarly used.
The way they were used. The names. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We didn't change those. Matthias. Matthew. Be retained. As they use it. Not Mathathiah, which is Hebrew. Keep going.
Number 3, old ecclesiastical works to be kept. This is the word church, not to be translated congregation and.
Why? Why is it not to be translated congregation? Because back then in Bible times it was called a synagogue. Christ called. Christ changed the name to church, which means a congregation, which means a school, which is why we are the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. Because the synagogue was watered down with Christianity. So if you say synagogue, you thought you went to church, the way we say church today. You say I'm a Christian, you think I go to church. Really, I'm telling you how to follow Christ. Because the real Christians did follow Christ and didn't affiliate with what's known as Christianity. It didn't affiliate, Christians did not affiliate with the synagogue. Christ followers didn't affiliate with the synagogue. They said church while it was being called a synagogue back in that day. They called it a church, which is a congregation. Today, we're in the school because the word church is now watered down. The word synagogue is still watered down. But when we say Israelite school, you know we Israelites. Keep going.
Okay. Number 4, when a word has significance, significations, that to be kept, which have been most commonly used by most of the ancient fathers.
Most of the ancient what?
Fathers.
Most of the ancient fathers. The way they used it, keep that meaning. When it got diverse meanings, multiple meanings, slang. Keep going.
Being agreeable to the propriety of the place.
Meaning being agreeable to the propriety of that place. Go ahead. Meaning the way it was used there. Because you're slang in Atlanta, you're slang in the UK, you're slang in New York and Philly. Might not be the same slang. So keep the main meaning or the meaning that it was used there. Why? Because you got schools and Thessalonians. Schools and Rome, Romans. Go ahead.
And the analogy of the faith.
And the analogy of the faith, meaning the truth. Go ahead.
Number 5.
Meaning the meaning of the truth, the way the brothers used it in that way. The way we say John in Philly. The brothers that are in the truth in Philly say John and Bull. It's different from what they say in Atlanta and the slang that they use in the UK.
Right.
To that place and that zone. Go ahead.
Verse 5. The divisions of the chapters to be altered, either not at all or as little as may be.
The dividing of the chapters. That's it. Keep going.
If necessity so required.
Meaning, don't divide it, or if you have to, divide it when it's necessary. Keep going.
Number 6.
Meaning the chapter 55 and 56. Just the number. That's it.
Number 6. No marginal notes at all to be affixed, but only for the explanation of the Hebrew or Greek words.
That's why you say at the bottom the meaning of the word. They say world might have a meaning to world at the bottom. Go ahead.
Which cannot, without some circumlocution.
I don't know where you're at up.
Circumambulation.
Oh, like I think I couldn't see that slide. Don't take my word.
Okay, circumlocution. So briefly and fitly be expressed in the text.
Keep
Number 7. Such quotations of places to be marginally set down as shall serve for the fit reference of one scripture to another.
Go ahead.
Number 8, every particular man of each company to take the same chapter or chapters and having them translated or amended them separately, separately by himself, where he thinketh good, all to meet together, confer what they have done. Like confirm.
To confirm what they have done. He's going to say that twice. He's going to say, when y'all translate something that is a hard saying, after you translate it, you're doing the I.S.U.P.K with Hebrew names. After you translate it, y'all come together and agree on the the one that's more right.
Right.
Man, I lost for words. The one that's more right. That's how you do it. When you translate it, you come back. You translate it by yourself. You come bring it to everybody else. Y'all agree on the correct translation. Go ahead.
Now, if I could too, and then if I'm wrong, especially if you learn the Hebrew, it's always good to get like 3 sources so you can make sure that they actually got the right, translation or the right word or meaning.
I'm right. King James didn't translate it himself. The 54 amended,
Right.
And a few more. It's just they weren't named. Go ahead.
Okay. 8, I'm gonna read from top. Every particular man of each.
No, you keep going. It's like 14.
Oh, no, confirm what they have done and agreed for their parts, what shall stand. Number 9, as many.
Now wait, that don't even does that sound temperate? Make sure y'all come together and agree and go over it. Come on, man. TikTok gum dumps.
Right.
Your guru is an idiot. Go ahead.
Okay. Number 9, as any one company have dispatched any one book in this manner, they shall send it to the rest to be considered of seriously and judiciously. For his majesty is very careful in this point.
Meaning how they judge it. When they come together, they all going to go over it and judge what's right or wrong. Go ahead.
Number 10, if any company upon the review of the book so sent, doubt or defer upon any place to send them word thereof, note the place and withhold, send the reasons, to which if they consent not, the difference to be compounded at the general meeting, which is to be of the chief persons of each company at the end of the work. Number 11.
Meaning, take the note, let them know what place it is. So when y'all come together, they can find it exactly where it's at, and they can go over it themselves. Keep going.
Any place.
Or, together, of course, but themselves. Go ahead.
Number 11. Any place of special obscurity is doubted of letters to be directed by authority to send to any learned man in the land for his judgment of such a place.
And when they can't get it, send it to another learned man. That's why I said in the beginning, they probably didn't do enough work to be mentioned. The other people that helped. Because you might have to go to a brother and say, yo, what does John mean? The hell does that mean? In the Hebrew, it's saying this, but this word seems like it's a slang. When I asked the brother, he said it means John. We put a note next to it. Let's go to the land and find out what the word bull means. Are you talking about a bull like an actual cow? Because it says bull, but it's not spelled the way a bull is spelled. What the hell is a bull? He's like, I'm that man. You came to the right person. Go ahead. Real rap. Go ahead. So I can keep going.
Verse 12. Letters to be sent from every bishop to the rest of the clergy, admonishing them of this translation in hand, and to move and charge as many as being skillful in the tongues, and having taken pains in that kind, to send his particular observations to the company, either at Westminster, Cambridge, or Oxford. Number 13.
Which is where the men came from that translated the Bible. Go ahead.
Number 13, the directors in each company to be the deans of Westminster and Chester for that place, and the king's professors in the Hebrew or Greek in either universities. $10, Matthew.
We're literally going through the rules to translate the Bible.
Right.
We're reading them out the Bible. It's in 1611. How can you make something up about it? Keep going.
$10, Matthews, Coverdale, Which Church, Geneva. Number 14, the translation to be used when they agree better with the text than the bishop's Bible.
When they agree, the translations, when they agree better with the text than the bishop's Bible. Go ahead.
Number 15.
Oh no, to be used when they agree better with the bishop's Bible. I mean, better with the text than the bishop's Bible. Because remember, he told them don't alter. And then he told them that they gotta all agree. So when they all agree that this word is more truthful than what it says in the bishop's Bible, then to use that one. Go ahead.
Number 15. Besides the said directors before mentioned, 3 or 4 of the most ancient engraved divines, and either the universities not employed in translating to be assigned by the vice chancellor upon conference with the rest of the heads to be overseers of the translations, as well Greek, Hebrew as Greek, for the better observation of the 4th rule above specified.
I believe that's it. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. No more rules. The last one is about bringing people on to help.
Right.
In the translation. So certain things you had to keep going over to make it specific when you say, I want it done this way, or you can bring a brother in.
Right.
Or if you translated it, make sure it agrees. If you did it by yourself, put notes, make sure that the person can go and find the notes, or whoever needs to find it. Right. If you need to, go to another place, get a brother from that place to help you translate it. If he learned the Hebrew and he can break it down, get him to help you with it. If he's not employed, which was the last one, then you want to employ him, then come to the heads and they'll meet and they'll say if he's good enough to be employed in this translating of the Bible. That's all. Come on, bro. Where is the whole witchcraft thing coming from? And where is the Bible is tampered with? All that. Like, where did that come from? Well, go ahead.
Tampered when it's after the 1611.
Thank you. Get that. Bible was tampered with after 1611. And it ain't the King James Version. Right. I got what the brother's trying to say is they made so here's the easiest way to say it so people can understand, right? They made other Bibles. Right. That's the tampering with the Bible. It's like you got the Rainbow Bible, you got the Jehovah's Witness Bible, all those different types of things. You got the new the NIV and all those other Bibles, ABS. They made new Bibles. That's the tampering. The King James Version ain't tampered with. They had to make new Bibles because number one, they couldn't translate it. I can guarantee you that. Because all these other new Bibles, all they say is modernized words. Instead of saying nevertheless, it'll say even though. The Jehovah's Witness Bible, it is missing chapters, literally. It's missing multiple chapters. It's just a dash where the chapter is supposed to be, where the verse is. I mean, it's missing verses. Multiple verses. They just took it out. Matthew 18 and 11 ain't even in there. It's literally, it says number 11, it's a dash, and then it goes to number 12. So when they tampered with the Bible, they actually didn't tamper with the actual Bible. They just made different Bibles or different books and called it the Bible. With that being said, man, I want to say the water to Officer Qadash Zakarab, give him a hand. I want to say the water to Officer Ibana. Man, I didn't even get a chance to put up the what's called. Y'all can copy down these words. We still got the numbers up here. Y'all put number 8. I forgot to put the actual number next to it. All right. So y'all can still copy down the numbers if you never got the numbers. Numbers 1 to 10. Got a number down. Y'all can copy them. The how the word is pronounced. You know, the word in Hebrew, how it's pronounced, and the number 2 that it is. The number that each one is. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna do my outro and which is my intro as well. Shalom, Ayakataz the Young Rock, Waraka Kayawam, Hayak Kayawam, Anya, Iowa Barakatha, Iowa Lakahan Wakataz Yan, Quatazakara, Shalom. All right. Peace, Israel. Home to Ryan, teacher for the day. I'm passing the class over to Precinct Officer Qadash. Peace.
This is I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We got I.S.U.P.K started out in 1 Plus, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are prepared to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew. My I.S.U.P.K, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives. Give to the teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever the you will like. Upcoming holy convocations. You understand? We got the Feast of the First Fruits. We just finished the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand what I'm saying? This Sunday that just passed. So the Feast of the First Fruits, you know, the next holiday, the next holiday, stand by for the day that it's going to be, but the Feast of the First Fruits is next. Ramon Akin, how often to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, handbag, with that. You want to start praying?
Yeah, prayer bless Israel.
I'm sorry.
Sar, upon the Hakuna.
Upon the means turn the face to east.
I think it's upon Wahakuna.
So Ra,
No, La. Upon Wahakuna.
Oh. Upon Wahakuna.
Right.
Come on.
Right. Turn and face to east.
Come on, means turn the face to east. We want to bless Israel. Understand? Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Raklanawa. Bayasharala. Wabayat. Sapari. Ba'ashem.
Yahushua. Amen. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And his word. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
All right, sir. Return. All right, this is only for the brothers. We're going to give the brothers a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak,
Yahweh, Yahushua, Barakatah.
at the time, then, sorry, sisters going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. When the brothers salute you, you salute back. Men of Israel, the sister one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak,
Yahweh, Yahushua.
Smith.
Israel, go ahead and do it. Shalom.